Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Haywards Heath's second 11's latest home match. This time it was against Palmer's. 3 changes would be made to the Palmer's side. That's had an easy victory over St James's last time out. Alfie Brand, Richard Gray and Dan Bowen in for Apurv Chauhan, Frank Brand and Nick Buckley. And it was a batting order overhaul for Haywards Heath. 5 players in: Jethro Menzies, Percy Morris, Jack Emerson, Thomas Carter and Ariane Yatapu in for Josiah Menzies, Chris Blunt, Charlie Amy, Johnny Rutherford and Chris Curran. Haywards Heath won the toss and elected to bat first, and it would be Stu Garrett to open up at the Sydney Road end to Jethro Menzies. Up at the pavilion end, Alfie Brand opened. And took the first wicket of the day. Jethro Menzies finding Stu Garrett and going for just the 3 runs with Alfie Brand's first ball. Haywards Heath 3 for 1. George Wiscombe joined Percy Morris. Would have been an incredible catch in the slips, but not to be, and George Wiscombe survived. A stable, if slow, start for Haywards Heath, and Harry Cluz came on at the top end to try and break the partnership. With Chandra Gurasetti, the latest at the Sydney Road end.
इसका ड्राइव बहुत अच्छा है, एलपी को एक्स्ट्रा कवर।
George Wiscombe bringing up the 50 for Haywards Heath after 14.3 overs. A loose ball from Cluz, dispatched by George Wiscombe as he tried to accelerate the scoring.
Why have they got it so high then?
Dan Bowen replaced Gurasetti as the run rate started to increase. A stumping opportunity. The keeper was keen, but the umpire less so. And Morris got payback the very next ball. .50 brought up for George Wiscombe off of 78 balls. He worked hard for it. He came in basically as an opener, but he and Morris stabilised Haywards Heath's innings. Richard Gray tried to instigate some pace from the Sydney Road end. And with that stop, some athleticism too. Wiscombe playing a high drive over the infield, but not over the outfield. Picking out Stu Garrett for his second catch of the day, and Haywards Heath gone on a bogey number 111, and now for 2, George Wiscombe getting 51, so making it to the milestone, but not much further. Jack Emerson entered the fray at 4, and Gurasetti back on at the pavilion end. And instantly into the action, Morris with a swing high in the air, taken after good communication between teammates. Tom Bonga's taken the catch, and Gurasetti with his first. Haywards Heath dropping from 111 for 1 to 113 for 3. Thomas Carter came out with Emerson. But it wouldn't be long before Emerson was gone too, picking out Alfie Brand in the outfield, and he was gone for just 3. Ariane Yatapu joined Tom Carter. But again, not for much longer. An incredible piece of fielding from Anchita Yapa sees Yatapu gone, and Haywards Heath in trouble, 5 down.
Well, the bowling might be good.
Zach Gould's in with Tom Carter, who watched most of this from the other end. And he would watch Gould's go too, in an attempt to accelerate the scoring, slapping away what could be considered a rank ball, but slapping it into the hands of a yapper. And Gurasetti had his second. Haywards Heath dropping 5 wickets for just 15 runs. And Stephen Goulds entered at 8. Carter lapping it over the top onto the banking for the first 6 of the innings. Garrett replaced Gurasetti. And would instantly have an impact. Gould's trying to accelerate the scoring with just 3 overs to go. And just like his son, it was what cost his innings. He got 6. Garrett has his first. And Jamie Schumann had 3 overs to make an impression.
That's it, Stu.
Carter trying to slap it over the infield again, but he would be gone. Stu Garrett's picked out for his third catch of the match, and Carter gone for a very counter-attacking 42 against the run of play, and taking Haywards Heath up to a respectable score. Just 2 wickets left for Haywards Heath. Jack Groves entered at 10. Good running on the final ball of the innings to take Haywards Heath to 183 for 8 after their 40 overs. It did not feel like a score that was enough, especially as they chose to bat first. Jethro Menzies would open up the bowling just like he did the batting. Alfie Brand to face. And Jamie Schumann at the Sydney Road end. Couple of good overs from Menzies, but wickets needed, and it was decided Percy Morris could be a threat. As could Zach Goulds, replacing Jamie Schumann. LBW shout. Bowler likes it. Umpire less keen. But chances being created early on in his spell. Another LBW shout. Another one turned down. Haywards Heath in need of some inspiration. And Finzel slapped it to Percy Morris. And Haywards Heath had their first 78 for 1. It was a start, but they needed to capitalise. Ted Bloomfield entered the fray at 3. The 100 would be brought up for Palmer's in the same over. That a 50 for Alfie Brand was. Well played. Just taking the game away from Haywards Heath with a mature performance. As Zach Goulds continued to threaten, spin appeared to be the way and Sir Percy Morris made way for Jack Groves. Another appeal made and it would be third time lucky for Haywards Heath. Zach Goulds had his second. Ted Bloomfield gone for 21 and it was 122 for 2. They didn't quite capitalise on the opening from before. Could this be a change of fortunes? It promised to be as Alfie Brand was gone. Not long after, Percy Morris found in the field once again and Palmer's now 3 down. Rajiv Kumar and Anshit Ayappa joined each other at the crease, but Kumar wouldn't last long. Jack Groves beating his defences with what appeared to be a wrong-un. They dropped 3 quick wickets, and Haywards Heath well back in this. Dan Bowen welcome to the crease, first ball with a huge appeal. Could have been a 3rd wicket in the over, but umpire said no. Tom Carter was brought on for something different. And would quickly be brought off to make way for Menzies. An inspired change, which saw Bowen drop and see Palmer's 5 down. Ayappa going for a huge shot. Didn't pay off. And Groves clipped the top of the stumps. 6 down for Palmer's. And Haywards Heath hoping for a weak tail with just 9 needed. Menzies' celebrate appeal not working on Stu Garrett's second ball, but eventually umpire was convinced and Garrett was given for a duck. And Menzies was replaced by Morris. With just a couple of runs needed, Bongers and Cluse at the crease, and a wide being enough to take it home for Palmer's 184 for 7. They win by 3 wickets. Haywards Heath put up a good fight, but it just was not quite enough in the end. and Palmer's take the victory home.